Hey everyone, I'm Laura Gadenik. I'm an astrologer and a therapist, and I'm here to give you the astrology for the weeks of March 24th through April 6th, 2025, from a therapeutic, empowered perspective, hopefully. So, starting off today on March 24th, we have that's Monday. We have the Sun and Mercury coming into a conjunction. This is called a cazimi. Whenever a planet comes to the same degree as the Sun, that planet is entering the heart of the Sun. Now, Mercury is currently retrograde, so we are all in a process of reflecting and reviewing something and going back over. And so this might be a moment where we get some more insight around what this Mercury retrograde cycle means for us. And this will have to do with the part of your chart that contains Aries, because that's where the Sun is and that's where Mercury is. So whatever house that is for you, you might have some insights, some aha moments, some important information coming through, and also maybe some important conversations you might be having today. And it's a good day for journaling, for, talking with people. You might, like I said, receive news, or there might be some important information that you're gaining today, whether that's from, that's external or coming from your internal world. Tuesday the 25th, it's kind of similar energy. Mercury is making a sextile to Pluto while retrograde. So this is kind of continuation of deeper insights, or maybe a desire to study something deeply, look into something deeply, get to the bottom of something, and to have deeper conversations with people or with yourself, with your own internal world or your own psyche. On Thursday, the 27th, Venus, who's also retrograde in Aries, she's actually moving into Pisces on this day. So she's retrograding back into Pisces on the 27th, which is a place where she is exalted, meaning Venus is treated as the queen goddess that she is in the sign of Pisces. So in astrology, not all planets function the same in each sign. Some planets like to be in some signs, not in others, or they are neutral in signs. Venus struggles a bit in the sign of Aries, whereas in the sign of Pisces, Venus, she delights to be in the sign of Pisces. And that's because Pisces and Venus have similar motives or themes or ways of being. Venus is all about pleasure and leisure and joy and connection, and Pisces is also very much so a sign about kind of connection and ease and going with the flow. Whereas Aries, where Venus has been retrograding, is a sign about go, 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 fight, combat, stand up for something. It's not the most peaceful sign, and Venus is a planet about peace. So anyway, there's lots more I could say about, the difference between Pisces and Aries, and why Venus struggles in Aries and is exalted, or very much so doesn't struggle in Pisces. But basically, Venus heading back into Pisces is a good thing. That's, she's still retrograde, so we are still reviewing and reflecting on Venus themes: relationships, love, romance, beauty, art, sex, peace, harmony, creative projects we're working on, collaborations. So we're still reflecting and reviewing over these themes. We might be, confused about some of those themes, still, coming to some clarity, which will come after Venus starts moving in a direct motion again. But it's not going to be as challenging or as difficult. There's like a little bit of sweetness with Venus returning back into Pisces. And also with Venus retrograding back into Pisces, we are now going to be reflecting and reviewing on whatever house in your birth chart that has Pisces on the cusp. So Venus started her retrograde in Aries, and then she's moving into Pisces on Thursday the 27th. And so we're kind of tying these two houses in your birth chart together. Whatever themes of your Aries house and your Pisces house, there's something connecting these two houses in this retrograde process, in these reflections you might be having or undergoing. So as soon as Venus retrogrades into Pisces, she runs into Neptune, a planet about dreams, illusion, deception, rose-colored glasses. Neptune is very healing and all about merging and coming together. So I think this is a really beautiful signature for relaxing, taking it easy, going with the flow, going slow, getting lost in art and any connections you have, going on a date, like music, dance, enjoying yourself, whatever. I don't think it's a great day for being very productive or getting a lot of work done or, like going on a first date with someone and then making a decision, like Venus, Neptune can be very much so like rose-colored glasses, putting someone up on a pedestal, not really seeing, the maybe red flags that they might have. So there's something to be careful about, but also something to really enjoy and savor with Venus coming into conjunction with Neptune. Then on Saturday, oh my gosh, this is such a big week, you guys. This is like kind of intense. Saturday is going to be really a lot happening. First of all, we have an eclipse in Aries on Saturday the 29th, and we have Mercury retrograding back into the sign of Pisces, where it is actually in detriment or fall. So kind of the opposite of what, Venus is in detriment or in fall in, I can't remember which one, it doesn't matter, but Venus struggles in Aries and is exalted in Pisces, whereas Mercury struggles in Pisces and does okay in the sign of Aries. And then Mercury runs immediately into Neptune in Pisces. So this is like extreme mental fuzziness, mental fog, miscommunications, lack of clarity, kind of like we are in the sludge mentally. So definitely on Saturday the 29th, give yourself grace, give other people grace, recognize potential for miscommunications, lack of focus, don't try to get a lot done. Just once again, go with the flow, go slow, be creative, rest, feel and heal. This is the thing that Pisces is really, really good at because it's a water sign. Water signs are all about emotions and feelings and healing, really. And so this is a really great day to tap into, once again, your inner world, your inner emotional experience, feel your feelings, and let them out. Cry if you need to, forgive someone if you need to, be compassionate. You could maybe even, so if you are going to do anything active, it might be like volunteering somewhere, doing something that requires a lot of compassion, where you're helping someone else. That's very Pisces, and Neptune is compassion. So feel and heal and get creative. And maybe lay low. Also, it's an eclipse. Eclipses are kind of crazy, wild times. Sorry, I shouldn't use the word crazy, but wild, unhinged, a little wobbly times. It's a time of great change and a lot of maybe change that can't be controlled. So during a lot of new moon or full moons, we like to set intentions, we like to plant seeds. During eclipses, I would recommend not doing that because it's very more chaotic energy. And yeah, I mean, I don't even quite know, you could do like a little bit of a ritual acknowledging the eclipse, but I wouldn't do necessarily anything major or big for it. Because it's such a faded energy. But this is our last eclipse in Aries that started, this eclipse cycle in Aries started back in 2023. So we've been undergoing major shifts and changes in this part of our chart for the last couple years. And this is tying up that cycle. So what have you started or initiated in this part of your chart? What have you been exploring or making changes to with regards to your sense of individuality, individuation? Aries is very much so a sign about me. What do I want? What do I need? It's more, we've been kind of encouraged in the last couple of years to think more about our individual needs and being a bit more independent rather than relational or codependent, or, Libra, the sign opposite of Aries, where the South Node was last couple years. We were kind of letting go of that like partnership energy and moving more towards more about the self, the independent self. So what are you wrapping up? What are you tying up with regards to the changes you've been making with regards to Aries themes and the part of your chart where Aries is? And yeah, so Saturday the 29th, a really, really big day. I would take it easy. And yeah. Okay, so let me keep going. Then on Sunday the 30th, the next day, huge change. Neptune moves into the sign of Aries. Neptune stays in a sign for like 15 years. So this is a huge change. Neptune has been in Pisces, I think since like 2011. So maybe, is that 16? Maybe that's about 15 years, 14 years. So once again, Neptune is about dreams, illusion, deception, compassion, coming together, merging. So it's almost like the dream or what we've been longing for. It was in the part of our chart that contained Pisces for several years, and now it's moving into a totally new area of your chart and of your life. So the dream is changing potentially. The illusion might be changing potentially. We always want to be careful about illusions or missing red flags when it comes to Neptune. So lots happening in Aries in this part of your chart. It's a good time to reflect on that part of your chart and the changes that are wrapping up, new changes coming in, what the retrogrades have been signifying, what have you been reflecting on. So Neptune's going to be in Aries for a couple months, and then it's going to retrograde back into Pisces, and then it's going to come back into Aries officially. I can't quite remember when that is, but essentially Neptune is in Aries for the next 14 years or so, for the most part. And so, we think about Neptune, healing, merging, coming together, compassion. And then I think about Aries, which is ruled by Mars, the god of war. And once again, Aries is very much so about separation, independence, conflict, or, not being afraid of conflict, standing up for what's right. So I could see this as a time frame overall, or a cycle for healing and coming together what's been separate, what's been kind of fueled by rage or anger or disagreement. This could be a time where we start to heal, do some healing collectively, and start to see other people's perspectives potentially. Okay, and I could say a lot more on that, but that's just a little bit I'm gonna say. Tuesday, April 1st, Venus, who's now in Pisces, makes a conjunction. She comes together with the North Node. North Node is about increasing, making things stronger, bigger. So this might be a time where you're experiencing a desire for more connection or more, relationships, or connection to people, an increase in pleasure or desire for more pleasure. This might be amplified. The last time Venus made a conjunction with the North Node was February 1st, so you might want to check back in your calendar and go back to that time frame, what was going on then. This might be kind of like chapter 2 of that story. And then the next time and the final time that Venus will conjoin with the North Node will be April 23rd, as she's moving in a direct motion. So when planets go retrograde and they make conjunctions with other points or planets, it's usually a part, like a 3-part series of a story that's unfolding. So you can think back to February 1st as chapter 1 of Venus in the North Node, what was going on in your relationships, in your pursuit of pleasure, connection. Sorry if you can hear that motorcycle, it's kind of loud. What were you thinking about in terms of relationship needs, desires, maybe desires for pleasure or art or collaborating. So, and then, April 1st is chapter 2, and then April 23rd will be chapter 3. Friday the 4th of April, Mercury makes the same conjunction to the North Node. The last time Mercury was here was March 1st. So thinking back to that time, what was going on for you? What conversations were you having? What were you thinking about or contemplating? The next time, the third time, is April 10th. So once again, that 3-part story. And we might be thinking back to conversations we had. There might be, an increase in communications or the desire to learn or talk. You might be maybe extra chatty on this day. Might be taking in more information than usual, as the North Node does like to increase things, make things more, bigger. Whatever happened around March 1st, we might be experiencing like a sort of return to that, or like a part 2 of a part 3 series, like I said before. And on the same day, we also have Saturn making a sextile to Uranus, as well as a trine to Mars, and then Mars making a sextile to Uranus. So that I could say a lot about that. What I'm going to say is this might be also a day where you get to, or you have the capacity, or you're more resourced to work hard, to innovate, to put into implementation new ideas. Uranus is a planet about innovation. Mars and Saturn are kind of your classic work hard, get things done, go energy, but also gives you the ability to withstand pressure and to be disciplined. And then on Sunday the 6th, we have the Sun in Aries making a sextile to Jupiter. This gives us a sense of hope and faith and expansion and wisdom and forgiveness and a broader perspective. And then Mars in Cancer makes a trine to Venus, still retrograding in Pisces. This brings a motivation to do fun things, to connect, to show love, be bold in your affections and expressions. There might be higher sexual energy. It's maybe more of an erotic time. And so Sunday the 6th looks very harmonious and flowing and easy. Mars trine Venus retrograde in Pisces could also potentially be a healing moment for any ruptures that Mars's very, very long journey through Cancer has brought up. There could have been ruptures in family bonds, in ties or connections with people who feel like family, or at home, or with people having to do with home, landlords, people that you live with. This might be a moment of peace and healing and forgiveness and understanding, or kind of things coming full circle in terms of feeling a bit more peaceful. So that'll be really, really nice. All right, that's the astrology for the next couple weeks. We have a lot of stuff going on, really big energy. And of course, this all gets a lot more personal for you when we take a look at what's going on in your birth chart. So this is kind of more of a general overview of the astrological energy for the next couple weeks. If you're interested in how this shows up in your personal birth chart, please reach out. I'm available for consultations. And otherwise, I hope you have a lovely eclipse and stay well. Take care.